Alright, I did my skim coat, which my first skim coat I don't do the nail heads, I just go around doing all the joints. And it's working pretty good, surprisingly, with just we call it mesh tape in the corners. And so tomorrow I sand it and then I touch up places. Probably give it a little bit longer to rest. But yeah, I got my corners here redone. I did this the first coat, it's rough. And then I'll redo it again and sand it. And go around these outlets. As you can see, I tape this is what I do, I tape them off like if I overcut when I was cutting the box out, and then I mud it up and then it's good as new. But yeah, so the goal tomorrow is to come back here, lightly sand everything and mix some more. I went through about 3 of the 45 minute quick set, or I think one was a half bag, so about 2.5. Yep. So I've insulated 2 of the walls, and yes, I insulated an interior wall. My reason behind that is there's a bedroom on the other side of the wall, and maybe it'll be a little sound dampening, because this is a master bedroom, probably the parents' room, and that might be a kid's room. Don't want no kids to be scarred for life, so I insulated that wall. Hopefully it'll sound dampen a little bit. I mean, the wall, you got 2 small walls in between, so got like 8 inches of wall, so maybe. But anyway, tomorrow I'm going to start hanging drywall in here. My goal is to get through that stack so I can free up some room in here. And yeah, I replaced all the insulation in this house, and originally it was R7 in the walls, and I went with R13. And then the roof is R30, and originally it was like R19. So everything is going to be more efficient. And yeah, but try to get that done and start hanging some drywall in here. I already did the roof, just want to finish up all these walls and everything, and yeah, just keep working on it. Alright, so all the drywall's been sanded again and mudded again, a couple places patched up. I think this will be the last sanding and mudding. I just had to touch up a couple places, and probably about 3 or 4 hours that'll dry. It says 45 minutes on the bag, it takes like a lot longer. Depends on how thick you put it. So I gotta do one more sanding and then I'll start cleaning up and get ready to prime. Here's what I'm doing in the pantry. I decided to turn my focus to pantry. I've put all my wood, I took a bunch of scrap wood and I ran it through the table saw to 2-inch strips. This is my scrap plywood, and I made cleats for shelves. And you know, I didn't do the best job sanding all the drywall in here. And the big reason why is because I know I was gonna have shelves. And we're on the bubble, level. It doesn't look level. Your eyes want to tell you it's not level, but it's actually level, which is crazy. But anyway, so I got all that ready to go. And went ahead and trimmed out the kitchen window and the dining room window. Just took some scrap pieces of plywood and went around the edge, and then did my molding around it. Picture molding is what I call it. And so now that's ready to be caulked and painted. And yeah. And I've touched up the mud one more time and went ahead and saw something else I needed to touch up. So tomorrow, hopefully will be my last sand in this area. And I'd like to get 2 coats of primer on everything. I got 5 gallons of primer, so I'm not gonna run out. I gotta clean up all this area. All this dust has to be out. I'll wet vac it all. Scrape up any dollops of drywall mud that hit the ground. Alright, so I went through 5 gallons of primer, and it was kind of cheap primer. I think I paid $30 for 5 gallons. But anyway, I got all the drywall primed once in this room, and then in the laundry room I primed it twice, and that's gonna be the final color probably. And then the pantry I kind of skipped over once. It, you know, it needs touch-up work, of course, but it's gonna be shelved out. No one's gonna really be able to see it much anyway. So yeah, so I'm really ready in this area anyway for me to do my underlayment and then my vinyl flooring, and then I can install my other hot water heater I have, and then I'll move on to the kitchen. Of course I got to put a door in there and shelves. So yeah, been working, cleaning, vacuuming a lot, but everything's primed, so I did a pretty good job. I know a couple places I need to touch up where I forgot screws. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it looks good. I'm surprised. Yeah. And you can see there's paintbrush marks in the bottom of the 5-gallon bucket because I used it to cut in around the room. So I got my money's worth out of it. And I got a free bucket, and buckets are worth like what, $3? It's true. I got a lid with that bucket too. Yep.